What's going on, guys? My name is Steve. Thank you for stopping by my channel. I'm just an American guy on a journey to discover my British and Irish ancestry. Today, we're going to be reacting to the Tower of London Poppies. This is an event that took place in 2014 to commemorate the start of World War I in 1914. So this was kind of commemorating the 100th year anniversary of the start of the war. And this just looked pretty interesting. Someone shared this video with me, and they brung in a bunch of poppies. I think the poppies were actually I don't know if they were paper or what, but they created a bunch of poppies, if I'm not mistaken. And I just learned in the previous video, you can go check that out if you haven't checked it, if you haven't seen it yet. But I just learned about the history of the red poppy and the significance it has in regards to Remembrance Day and ultimately Veterans Day in the U.S. as well. And, it signifies basically all the lives lost in World War I, and now kind of also is in remembrance of, the men and women that have died in, other wars since World War I as well. And I don't know how I never knew that. I don't know how I had never learned that Remembrance Day is also called Poppy Day in some places, it seems. In the UK, I suppose some people use that interchangeably. I don't know, but I had never heard of Poppy Day before that. But I'm glad I know that, because now when I see the red poppy, I'm going, around Veterans Day and now Remembrance Day, now that I know what Remembrance Day is, I'll understand, what the significance of it is. But anyway, guys, enough of me rambling. I just wanted to go ahead and check this out because I thought this was pretty cool that they were bringing all these red poppies to commemorate World War I. So let's go ahead and the anniversary of World War I back in 2014. All right, guys, let's go ahead and check this out. Artist Paul Clemens, Tom Pepper, along with Chart, Royal Palace had a vision fill the moat of the Tower of London with 800 ceramic poppies. Wait, ceramic poppies. One poppy for each British and colonial fatality during the First World War. Oh, wow. Wow. There were 888,000 fatalities during the First World War. It's been so long since I kind of looked into any of that history, when I was a kid in school, I guess I just wasn't that into history, like a lot of kids aren't at that point. But as I've gotten older, history definitely interests me. And I don't even remember. Wow. That is so many people that lost their lives. Wow. That's crazy.
I was just in awe of how many people were here, honestly. It's just really nice to see the support from the whole city.
Such a lovely way to commemorate it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah.
Really moving.
It is very moving.
Tremendous.
Whether it's young people or
wow.
Old people, they've come in their hundreds, they've come in their thousands, and they've stood on the behind the railings, looking down into the moat, really from early in the morning until late at night. And I think why it's caught the imagination of the country is
look at that
this particular number of 888,246. They fought in mass armies, but they were individual soldiers, and each poppy represents an individual life lost and a family shattered. I think people can understand that.
My son was in the army as well. He served in Ireland, he served in Bosnia, and when I see that, I'm just really, really grateful that he came back.
My mother is from Canada, and her, I believe, grandfather was a spy in the war, and so my mom wears a poppy every year.
And that's what it's about. It's appreciation. It's always a little bit of appreciation. I mean, my father died from his injuries from the Second World War. My mum lost 4 brothers during the First World War too, so obviously that's where my passion comes from. But we're all in the same boat. You had 4 or 5 boys, and then this would be London, isn't it? So and I love London.
And so I think it's become a kind of a place of pilgrimage, not just a place where you see this artwork, or not just a place of commemoration because it's here. It's just become a kind of national focus. It started us asking questions about who we are, what are we doing when we're commemorating? How warlike are we as a nation?
The thing about this is it reminds you that these people were human beings, just as you are a human being, just as the military personnel are human beings, and that interconnection, it's kind of everything. It breaks down the barriers of them versus us, or just a vast quantity of numbers. And I was at the closing sort of ceremony today, and the last poppy got put in, and by a little boy, and you think, that's a life, and you look around and there's more than 800,000 more lives, and it does hit you. Sometimes you look at the vastness of it and it's beautiful but hard to comprehend, and then this one poppy goes down and you think, okay, yeah, this is rather a lot.
We've had so many volunteers, so many people making the poppies, the whole of the Yeoman Water staff, the HRP staff, the number of people involved has been enormous, and I think unusually for a large artwork, it isn't then dominated by a single person or a single ego of an artist. In a sense, though me and Paul treat ourselves and believe that we are artists and this is an artwork, because we've been very open about it, I think we've allowed so many other people into it to take ownership of it.
Nobody that you've met on the project has been a bad seed. It's been a bunch of love, a load of stories that you really love to hear, and just the community has come I'm from from the US, and the UK spirit here has made me really proud that I moved here. I've been here 7 years, and I love the spirit of this project. It's just been amazing. So
people are able to bring their own family stories to it. Grandparents can explain to their grandchildren how they connect into this story of our nation.
You just have to remember, I mean, they gave their lives so that we can live in peace today, and what greater gift can you give than your life?
I think it's very important to remember. I think it's a good thing because we're remembering people who've done something for us and who've lost their lives while doing that. And the least we can do, obviously, is remember them.
We've invited members of the public to send in the names of a loved one who lost their lives in the First World War. And we've read out about 200 every evening. And we've done that every evening from the 5th of August through until today. I read the last list at 11 o'clock on the 11th.
Lieutenant MJD's Victoria Cross, Royal Fusiliers.
The installation is going to live on in a new, different way in the next 4 years. That there's the first thing, which is them all going out to the general public, the people who bought them, and them having their own kind of tiny fragment of the installation. And then there are the two sculptural pieces which have been kindly bought for the nation, and we can take to various different locations to create some new installations relating to new buildings or new landscapes that can create a different kind of narrative on a smaller scale. And then the fact those are going to the Imperial War Museum and will be there, for a long time as a focus for commemoration.
I've just come out of the volunteers office, and there's what we call the measle map, which is a little red dot on every part of the map where the volunteers have come from, and it goes from Singapore to Iceland, from Guinea, Sierra Leone to the west coast of the United States. It's an absolutely incredible geographic spread, and I think that the names on the roll of honour every night have come from all over the Commonwealth countries, and then these poppies are going off around the world. And what we really want to happen is that we want to send these poppies home now. The soldiers never got to go home, but a lot of them will.
They shall grow not old, as we who are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. We will remember them.
Wow. The the past couple of videos, definitely gave me a new perspective on, the significance of the red poppy. And this is beautiful. This was absolutely beautiful. This was the commemorate the 100-year anniversary of World War One. I don't know if they have done it, in years since then. What's it been, about, I guess, 8 more years since then, I suppose. Wow. I had I probably learned, there was that many deaths in the war. I probably learned that when I was in school. We learned about, all the wars and stuff like that. But it's just, as a kid, I just, not to mention it's been a long time. And, if you don't rehash information throughout the years, you lose that knowledge over time. You don't remember everything. But either way, that's insane. You're getting close to 1 million people. That's crazy. 1 million people giving up their lives so that we, if it wasn't for them, who knows what this world would be like today. This world definitely got its problems, but, thank God for these men right here, that the men that these poppies represent. Each poppy is a life. That is, I'm just looking at this and it's just like, it's hard to comprehend. I'm trying my best to sit here and literally just comprehend that. I can logically understand it, but I'm sitting here trying to comprehend it on an emotional level of like what this is really representing. And logically, I understand 888,263, I believe is what they said it was. Let's see. 246, 888,246. Wow. Thousands of people volunteered for this. But as I look at this, I'm sitting here trying to just not just know it logically, but feel it emotionally, like the significance of that. That many men, that many people just giving up their lives for what they believed in, for freedom. Many men and women have gave up their lives for the same meaning since then, but it's just when you see this all, it's just when you see this kind of together, like each one of these poppies represents a life that was cut short. A lot of these men would have been, 21, 23, 18, probably some 17-year-olds in there. Some of these men that lost their lives were technically still kids, and it just pretty much all of them were young. You didn't have many men that were, older. These were a bunch of young men that went and fought for their families, for their countries, for the world, really. And it boggles the mind. I don't even know what to say. It's another one of those videos that just, I don't have words to express. When I see this, and, I feel like I'm just rambling because I just don't even, it's just so insane what war has done, but thank God for the men and women who choose to face those battles head on and, fight for what's right, fight for freedom. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please click that like button. Feel free to share your comments and suggestions in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow me on my journey to discover my British and Irish ancestry. Until next time, guys, peace.